What does it mean to offer it up? Well, I want to tell you a brief story. On September 29th, 2006, a man by the name of Mike Mansour, who is a Catholic man and a Navy SEAL, was fighting in Ramadi, Iraq. And at one point, enemy insurgents were pressing in on Mike and several of his Navy SEAL teammates, all the way up to a fourth floor of a building. And at one point, the enemy on the bottom floor threw a grenade up to the top where Mike and his three teammates were. And the grenade, the bomb, landed right in the middle of them. And in that moment, Mike had two paths he could take. On the one side, he could jump on the other side of a concrete barricade and save his life. Or he could go the second route, which was what he chose. He chose to yell out, "Grenade!" and threw his body on top of the bomb where it detonated. And he did this in order to save his teammate's life, which he did. He died, but not right away. He actually was alive long enough in excruciating suffering to receive the last rites by the Catholic priest and chaplain, Father Holloway. And in the year 2008, President George Bush awarded posthumously Mike Mansour's family the Congressional Medal of Honor. Jesus Christ says, "Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for one's friends." What does it mean to offer it up? It means to lay down one's life so that others may live, so that God may be glorified. But it means entering through the cross. And what is the cross in the moral sense? The cross in the moral sense is the ever-present crossroads in our heart, interiorly, in the secret of our heart, where we can go one of two ways. We can go the way of gaining for myself, gaining more comforts, gaining my way, or I can go the way of making a gift of myself. I can go the way of gaining for myself, or I can go the way of giving of myself. Jesus says again in John chapter 12, "Unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains just a grain of wheat. But if it dies, if it gives of itself, it gains abundant fruit." So when we say offer it up, it's love that turns suffering into a blessed and beautiful sacrifice. It's love that enters into suffering of, maybe it's not the thing that makes me most comfortable, but I'm choosing to lay down my life so that God may be glorified and others may live. And in such a way, I actually become more like Christ. Mike died, and it was very tragic, but also at the same time, it was a glorious thing. And it actually has become the boast of his family. They can boast that he gave up his life willingly in love for his brothers. And our boast, St. Paul says, is in the cross of Christ. St. Paul says, "May I glory in nothing else, may I boast in nothing else, except the cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, by which the world has been crucified to me, and I to the world." The world means all those creaturely comforts, to live for oneself, to live for your own autonomy. And so a casual way of offering it up is when you make the sign of the cross, just consider yourself making an I and crossing it out. I'm making myself my I. It's my ego. It's my selfish, pleasure-seeking desires, but I cross it out. I willingly take love into suffering, and it becomes a pleasing sacrifice, like a holy incense rising to heaven. So this is our boast. This is the way we want to live as Christians, through the cross, which is the way of Christ, who willingly chose to enter into his passion so that others may have life. And in so doing, we gain Christ himself. God bless you.